Micah Frankel, Cage Minds, right now, joined by one half of the LFA 67 main event. Patrick Martin, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Mark. How you doing?
Doing good. Happy to talk to you. You're about to be part of one of the biggest main events, literally one of the biggest main events LFA has ever had. Two monsters going at it. What do you think about it? You guys like...
I love it, man. I love the energy around this event. Like, my opponent, he's a great guy. Hats off to that guy. Like, man, as our conversation progresses, I'll tell you, our correlations with each other. But I just love the energy. I love LFA, the promotion. Branson, Missouri, that's a cool little town. I used to vacation down there in high school. So, yeah, I'm ready. Really digging it.
Your debut with the promotion. You got a big knockout win in your backyard. How awesome was that?
It was awesome. It actually wasn't my debut. My debut was a loss to tough opponent Kalen Hall in March of 17, maybe 18. I don't remember, but that was actually my debut. So I lost the first one. It was a tough decision. He took me down, held me down, and then I beat him in the third round pretty bad. And it was a good fight. But yeah, so I'm here and been building to this, and man, I'm excited.
The last one was the big knockout victory. How much momentum do you feel off of that one? I believe it's 5 of your last 6.
Yeah, I hit hard, man. It's no doubt about that. And I'm really precise with my punching. I've been working combos and all that. So, I mean, it's a fight. So my opponent, we have to hit each other. So I'm focused on hitting them in the right spot, getting them hurt. Finishing them, taking it, where is it, the ground, it's on my feet. Like, I just been preparing every aspect of my fighting style just because he's a game opponent, and this is the opponent, the matchup that I wanted, and this will really showcase my skills and put the, world on notice, hopefully, that, I'm here and I'm going to be here for a while. I'm 35. I got a lot of, 5 years left to fight in me, definitely. And I'm just getting better, man. I'm about 75% of the 100 I can be. So, right now I work a full-time job. I'm a full-time single parent with my daughter. So I have her half the time. So training is like the last, thing in line. And, I've been successful. So the more training I get, the more, positive energy around me and the fighting sense I developed. And I feel I'm doing okay.
It's 2 in a row, and as you just outlined, it sounds like you have a busy schedule.
Yeah, I stay busy, definitely. Some people don't know how I do it, but luckily I work in construction, so that's pretty much a workout when I 9 hours a day and doing stuff like that. So, it's not bad if I need to miss the gym and all that. So, I had a hard days of work, so. You got to take everything with it in this type of sport, and fighting comes so natural for already an athlete. So, I pick up a lot of things mentally and definitely as physical specimens. Yeah, it's just, I don't know if I would recommend anybody else, doing it what I do, because, it takes a hard-skinned person. But if you want it bad enough, you got to figure out a way. That's what it comes down to.
How tiring is this schedule?
It's pretty tiring, man. I like to be in the gym a lot more than I am, but I do other stuff like lifting, CrossFit, and balance is definitely out. But fighting, so I wish, like I said, I could do more of it and focus more hours on that. But right now, it's a grind. So I'm still, getting efficient training and great training. I brought in a couple great monster wrestlers for this camp, and some good strikers and all that. So I'm excited, man. I just want to put on a performance. I'm not even worried about the outcome, because if I do my job, I already know the outcome.
What are you expecting of yourself? What kind of performance are you expecting you're going to put on?
I'm gonna be tactical. I'm gonna be strong, tactical, and ready to defend. A lot of my fights, I go in there, I'm in a rush to swing, and I'm aggressive, and they dodge a couple of shots, get underneath my shoulders, and take me to the fence, take me down, and everybody knows it's the ground is my weakness, but it's not it. It's not actually just because I wasn't training it. And like now that I didn't have bodies in there for me, so it's not a weakness, I'd say. But as you can see, my fights, if I go to the ground, I'm a higher percentage of losing and that kind of stuff. But I just got stronger and better in those basics, and so I'm ready to defend. I'm ready to see what he gonna bring to me and deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because once I take whatever he got, you know what I'm saying, that's how you break a person, and he ain't even begin to feel what I'm about to bring to the table. So I'm gonna be a lot patient, pick my shots. I'm gonna throw them hard. I'm gonna believe in my combos. What I train, I see a lot of fighters that train all these combos and this mid and bag work and do none of that in the cage. And I'm gonna believe if I throw one to low and throw one high, that high one and that low one's gonna land either if he hits me or not. I'm not scared to get hit, and I have a chin, as people can see. I've never been even 16 MMA fights, 12. This will be my 12th pro fight. I've never even been hurt, never dazed, nothing, and I've been beat up pretty bad. So I'm not worried about where he can hit me, if he's going to hit me, because if he hits me, that means I'm in range to hit him back. So that's how I fight, man.
Did you know that you were, I guess, that durable before getting into MMA, saying you haven't been hurt in 16 fights?
Oh, yeah, man. I grew up an orphan, man. My mom had a stroke when I was 8. I was the youngest of 10 kids. So, I had a life, man. I don't want to. It's a long story that we don't have to get into it right now, but yeah, it's I grew up in orphanages and foster homes and all that lifestyle. So, I've been in fights growing up, so many, even the ones I didn't want. My uncles and all that growing up made our cousins fight each other, and bigger cousins fighting. I wasn't, the fighter when I was younger, more of a mama's boy and all that stuff, and a little sensitive. So they got us together, fought all the time, and it was harder to fight back then because my cousins were tougher than me, and I knew I was gonna lose. So coming to a fight where I have the chance to win, that don't bother me at all.
Did you ever expect then that from that experience that one day you'd come back around to where you're pursuing professional fighting?
Yes, I've always been in it. My background is I wrestled from 6th grade to sophomore year in high school, and then I grew 6 inches in 1 year, so I grew real tall, and I had more of a basketball frame. And then when I left my reform school, my aunt adopted me in Keokuk, Iowa. It's southeast Iowa, and it's a big basketball town. So as soon as I got in the town, the coach was like, "You play basketball, you got to play basketball." So I pretty much gave up wrestling then, and then started learning basketball. And I've had success. I pretty much taught myself how to play basketball. Worked well. I had coaches coach me, but I played all summer long and nonstop to develop myself. And from the first year, I was just a big guy on the court. To my second year, I was actually one of the best players on the team. So, and that's what I'm saying about that. So, but fighting is my foundation. Wrestling and boxing since I was 6. That's how I've always. And I've been in. I'm not exaggerating this at all. From middle school to growing up, and also probably hundreds of fights, street fights. And I've been had my head split open with all that kind of crazy stuff. And so I've never been hurt even in that situation, other than scrapes and bruises and cosmetics things.
It's not many people that can excel in so many different athletic realms. How special do you feel that is, your ability?
Fighting, I don't it's a sport, yeah, but I don't see myself as any other than the athleticism side, that athletic side I bring to in it. I work hard. My wrestling taught me the work ethic, and reform school, the discipline taught me the mental aspect to watch, learn, adapt. So but fighting is so natural. Well, it used to be so natural, it's an animal instinct. You put 2 toddlers in a room fighting over a ball, they're gonna punch, kick, scratch. They just gonna do something. So I don't think. It's a great person to take. I think anybody, if you want to wake up and learn and train and dedicate yourself with anything, that you can be good at fighting. Because everybody can't be a Michael Jordan, or I see a lot of people play basketball and came up and they didn't go to the NBA. Football, same way. So fighting, it's a it's a plain man sports. Everybody can excel in it, and that's what I love about it. And it's an individual sport like wrestling, so you don't have to rely on a teammate or what I'm saying. Everything comes from you, and whatever you put into it, that's what you get out. And it's pretty that basic, man. And that's what I learned, and that's how I carried myself in my career.
When I talked to Daniel about this fight, he said it's a big opportunity. The winner of this, probably a title shot is on the line, something of that nature. What do you think could be on the line with this fight?
Oh, I just want to put win or lose, it's my performance that counts. We got 30 minutes to go in there and figure each other out. So I'm gonna take my time with every minute of that. I'm gonna make him feel every minute of that. And he's a good fighter, so I'm not gonna rush in and do something and make it a short night for me either. So I'm taking this real serious, very professional, and yeah, so it's a big opportunity for both of us because, when I was telling you about our correlation, Daniel James actually beat only two guys from the Midwest, beat them both. So, and I lost to him in my early stages in my career. So I've been watching this guy, and I've been like, how he do it? And, I learned how to underhook to, not get down, and he establishes that real well, his pummeling, and it's great. And, he's a tough guy, definitely strong. And just he'd been doing it for guys he fought, Curtis Blade, and all that. He's been doing it for a while. So I've been watching this dude, and it's crazy because can't wait to meet him because I feel like I already know him and all that. So, yeah, it's a big. I think either way, our performance should put on it don't matter. Both of us need to be in big organizations. I watch guys go to Bellator that don't need to be there, and you know what I'm saying, and they haven't even paid their dues or anything like that, and it's guys like us that's hungry out here. We still, trying to make a harder path, I should say, when these guys that in there and get upset and all that needs to be still on that path. So I don't know. I think it's a big opportunity for both of us to go out there and show what we got, and what I'm saying, bring some respect to the heavyweight division because like you said, LFA the title's vacant, and we already this establishing the heavyweight should have been done a long time ago. How you can't fight for a belt if you don't have anybody to compete with.
As a big athletic heavyweight, how much does it bother you watching the fights where the guys are gassing in the second round, first round?
We all gonna gas, but it's not just because you're tired. It doesn't mean it's over. If you don't know how to control your cardio and still perform when you're out of breath or winded, because it's just controlling your heart rate and all that, and you're slowing down your breathing. For instance, I grew up with severe asthma, right, and allergies, so I inhaler and all that. So growing up with that actually helps me control my breathing and all that. So watching people gas out, you could just tell they did too much in one area. Whether it's scrambling, whether it's throwing big shots, whether it's what I'm saying, and that's what they should take from, because everybody has a pace. And even when you train, and if you got your pace too high, and when you go into the fight, you're not gonna maximize your efficiency through your pace, because it's using a toy before you charges a battery. You know what I'm saying? If you use a toy, it don't give the battery the life percentage that it needs before you charge it up, then use it. So that's how I think about cardio. And I don't get on anybody who get gassed, because I've been gassed, and I'm tired, and it's not going. It's inevitable. We're gonna get tired, but my mindset is, so what? I'm tired. We got to keep going though.
And how do you handle your fight camp? How much time have you been able actually recently to use to add more tools to that bag? And how much time have you been able to really focus on this fight coming up?
I had 3 months for this. It's crazy you asked that, because I was the last when I fought Byron Stephen, the last LFA fight, I was supposed to fight Brian Peterson, and he had a personal injury or something. He had to pull out the fight, so they wanted to replace Daniel James, and I wasn't ready because I was just a month off of a broken rib injury, so I was about to pull off the card and just focus on him. So when they wanted me to still fight Byron, but I didn't even feel Byron was like I needed that fight or not, but it was a fight because I was straight back on injury just to even test my shoulder. So, or Brian too. So, like, this was the fight I wanted. So I had like 3 months after that because I knew winning that this would be the next fight because this is the one I wanted. So I've been focused on him, and like this, I mean, it's I've been visualizing just us in the cage and just really, locked in on him. So it's been a while. I can't wait, man. I wish it was today. I wish it was today for real, man.
So, not understating, you have a big personal investment and emphasis on this one.
Yes, I do.
What has it been about this sport that's connected with you?
Well, this sport is the journey, man. Because, like, I don't know, like everybody knows the situation that I was, how I got in. Hold on. Everybody knows the situation that I was in, coming into sport with the Josh Neer and all that. And if they don't know, they'll find out real soon. But, like, all that, coming into all that, and, when I first started and just people seeing me as this type of person that definitely wasn't me. It was a whole lie, and video never came out and all that. So, I mean, I was, as well as not to, like, put it all on one side of that video, but I was in a position in my life that I didn't want to be in, battling substance abuse, alcohol, doing just questionable stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. And, like, I just, I had my daughter and I had 3 other kids that, I was just paying child support, really wasn't in their life. And so MMA just brought this to full circle and just brought me back to the person I wanted to be, or the person my potential is, and just made me a better man and a great, great person. So it brought, I go to work every day, and that's what I needed to do and train and all that to get my mind focused on, getting better and being a better person. So, like, the training was like, fighting, definitely, I picked up a lot more weapons, and I'm not a lot knowledgeable about it, and more experience and all that. That definitely happened. But the training has also, just impacted my life in such a positive light. And, and that's what I want to share with the world and just people too. So if somebody out there, you're dealing with anything, man, and if you don't want to do it no more, if you're in a bad situation, the only way is to go get out of it. And sometimes you have to get out of things yourself. You can't look towards people, because people, if you put all your faith in people, you just know it's a possibility you could be let down. So I do everything myself, and, I take pride in everything I do. When I do it myself, like, I just got a Venom sponsorship 4 years, so that's the only, like, sponsors I've ever had. I've been paying all out of pocket for my expense, but I get more out of it too. You know what I'm saying? I work harder when it's my money instead of somebody else just throwing it in. I don't have to take it as serious as I do. So yeah, man, it's the journey I'm in love with, and the process of learning. It feels like I'm, back to living life again, instead of in a dark hole or a dark circle, dealing with relationship problems, children problems, court issues, all that stuff. And I'm so glad that I'm so done with all that, and I'm ready to grow, and I'm, matured into the person I am now. So it's way more than fighting with me.
It sounds like quite the journey. Just from the start of what you've mentioned, from being an orphan to what you just mentioned, I'm like, well, you're keeping the notes, right, for the movie?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a movie, right? I'm living for real. And, like, if I do get to the top in this sport, it'll definitely be a Disney movie.
At this point, with where you are, where do you stack up the goals? Where's the immediate goals at?
The goal is to, be a force in any organization to be successful in the sport, and, to keep learning, keep training. I want to, this second half of my career, because I want to get like 20 more fights, if, in the next 5 years, if that's possible. And so I want to learn more of the martial art aspects of it, not the fighting of it, because, like, I just did a Royce Gracie seminar about a week ago out in Macomb, Illinois, at Cassidy Martial Arts, and it was awesome. So, like, I learned a lot just in that 2 hours, that, like, I want to take my training, I want to gi up jujitsu, not just all the time no gi. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I want to get some judo and all that, just become, indulge myself in the arts, in the martial arts, because that's what the sport is, MMA. And so it's not all about fighting all the time, because I need to actually, put together my weaponry, so I have kicks, punches from both sides, and they're hard enough to put somebody down or hurt somebody down or hurt somebody. So, it's just that's what I got to focus on. I just got to be the best me, and build up. If I look at it as fighting, then it'll just be everything I've done in my whole life. But like I'm trying to move forward, and I'm saying actually, make it a respectful art, and that's what I was, and that's what I want to familiarize myself with. From my legacy, that's to say.
From the wrestling to basketball to now in this MMA journey, could you have expected that you'd be talking about wanting to expand your horizons as a martial artist, really, and focusing on that part of the journey?
Yes, people don't understand. Me and my brother was like martial arts advocates growing up, like from running to pawn shops to collect ninja stars to nunchucks to like going. He was a black belt in karate from instructor Jones in Davenport, Iowa. I did a little bit of it, but I like the boxing side more. And but like karate movies, Chuck Norris was my favorite. It's just so much of that, and I just indulged in all that growing up. So like, yes, I wanted to do it, but like, as my, my life led its course, and I couldn't really do martial arts. And by the time younger, because I was in the orphanages and they didn't offer that, so that's why I did wrestling. But so it's the perfect time to do it now. And like, I mean, what I always watched fighting, and like, I grew up in Davenport, so Pat Miletich is, she's the king down there, and his gym, the gym, Miletich, all that gym day in Bettendorf. So it's big, and I could be 40 years old and look at Tim Sylvia like I could beat up that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, dude, that's not much about the sport, but I know I can box, do a little wrestling, and like, I mean, I've just never feared anything. So I don't know. I just always had a match for fighting in the sport of MMA. Because like I've been in boxing, but like it'll take more of a. I have to commit myself more to be a great boxer than MMA, because I have more. You only got you got more weapons in MMA that you can finish a fight with than in boxing. So I'm perfect. I think I was built for this, man.
The frame, the wrestling background, it does seem like you got a lot of the skills that fall into place for MMA to work out well.
Yeah, and like it's crazy though, because like even my instructors from wrestling, if you ever Google Bob Dara, his son Matt, that was my wrestling coach, and Bob Dara is like he coached at smaller schools, but his winning percentage was like 840 something to like 40 losses. Like he's the best wrestling coach on paper statistically in the world, and and like his son was my coach, and I worked with Bob, and just that having that technique and taught to me so young, and then instilled in me. And then my boxing coach was Albino Pena, Billy Graham, and that's the Pena family. They were boxing coaches with Pat Miletich. That's his gym. Matt Pena still does Robbie Lawler and all the other fighters. So I've had a blessing to be influenced by like that high level of coaching, So like I consider myself a high level athlete, and I feel like I always had the foundation. It's just getting to the basics and doing it. And once I, get to doing it and keep coming back to me, it just enhances my, then my training even better, because I understand it.
And how much of a grasp do you feel that you've accomplished with what you're doing with your techniques, rather than just winging them out there?
It's night and day. It's night and day. You'll see, even in this next fight, you'll see, if you watch it's going to be night and day. Like I'm actually, all around. So I'm going to be ready for anything. And eventually when I'm at my highest level, I would be ready for anything anybody can bring in the cage, because I know what you're coming to hit or kick me. And that's like, I'm not worried about it. And that's where a lot of fighters can go wrong. They're worried about they getting hit and taking the punches, or not wanting to get hit like a Floyd Mayweather and all that. But like Mayweather knows he got a strong chin when he gets hit. So like some fighters he gonna get out the way with, some of them he gonna let them hit, because like it's not gonna affect them. So like it's just those type of insights I have that will make me successful.
Do you kind of feel also that you have the grasp of what to use when.
Yeah, and what to do, pretty much what to do and what not to do, and how to do it. It's more of a reaction, like reacting to his reaction, you know. So like I look for that now, and I just, you know, because when I first started, it was just going in. I'm just going to hit him. I didn't even know where to hit him. I knew where I was going to aim, but like I didn't have a plan when he dodged that, and you know, started wrestling, and I wasn't ready to wrestle, all that. So like, yeah, it's more of I'm more settled in now, I'd say.
Patrick, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I thought I lost you there for a second. You cut out. Well, it's been great getting to talk to you, sir. LFA 67, the main event, seriously couldn't be any bigger, and I think the two guys are going to be in it. They couldn't be any nicer. Kind of sad one of you guys is going to lose. This seems like it's going to be such a great fight.
It sucks. One of us got to lose, but we're going to keep, I mean, it's going to be on to the next after this one.
What do you see as the biggest advantage you have in this one?
I think I'm going to be more technical. He likes to throw wild looping punches, and like, I think I'm coming straight down the middle, man. I'm standing in that pocket, throwing him like Tom Brady.
Nice.
I'm throwing like Tom Brady, baby.
Patrick Martin, how can everybody keep up with you on social media?
You can add me on Facebook, Patrick Martin, Instagram, Twitter, Patrick D. Martin. I'm not on there as much as I like to, but like I'm a busy person, so bear with me. I get stuff there frequently, and as I grow, you know, hopefully somebody can take care of that for me.
Is there anybody else that you need to thank or shout out to?
Yes, thank Venom for the sponsorship of winning shorts and all that, and my coach Anthony Purcelli, Sisu Strength Academy, Vertigo Training Center for doing work with me, my chiropractors, Dr. Holly Davis, Jacob Young, my massage therapist, Chris Brown, my boss, Dallas Larson, and all my worker employees, my daughters, my sons, and everybody who's just been supporting me, my whole family. And all my angels in heaven just looking down and just allowing me these blessings as well. And last but not least, God.
Branson, Missouri, better be ready. LFA 67, next Friday, May 24th. It's going to be a great event. You guys tune in on Access TV if you can't be there live. Patrick, thank you for the time.
Thank you, my man. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good day.